Imagine a world where the grid didn't just fail, it shattered society into isolated pockets of survival, where trust is a luxury no one can afford. You are part of a community that has managed to hold the line against the chaos of the Nation Down event, only to find that the greatest threat isn't the raiders or the starving masses, but the creeping silence of total isolation. But when you discover that being cut off isn't just a logistical nightmare, but a strategic vulnerability that enemies are exploiting to pick you apart piece by piece, you realize that survival isn't about hiding. It's about forging connections in a world that demands you stay alone. Welcome to Isolation, the third pulse-pounding, atmospheric, and deeply strategic installment in Devon C. Ford's Nation Down series. If you love post-apocalyptic survival tropes, realistic tactical defense, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated thrill of watching protagonists master a hostile environment through grit, ingenuity, and superior tactics, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in speculative fiction, blending the visceral crunch of tactical combat with the profound weight of community resilience. The narrative kicks off with our protagonist facing the immediate threat of a coordinated siege, thrusting them into a race against time to secure their perimeter before the enemy breaches the sanctuary. The atmosphere is thick with the smell of ozone and burnt oil, the static of dying radios, and the creeping dread of knowing that every decision could branch into a timeline where they are left defenseless in the wasteland. Ford excels at capturing the psychological toll of long-term survival, making every tactical maneuver, every resource allocation, and every narrow escape feel like a high-stakes gamble where the price of failure is not just death, but the loss of progress made across centuries. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its spectacular prepper-leader trope and the brilliant asymmetric warfare dynamic. This isn't just about shooting lasers. It's about understanding the complex ecology of scavenged technology, managing limited resources, and using human ingenuity to outsmart enemies who rely on brute force and superior numbers. Watching the protagonist reverse-engineer enemy strategies, craft overpowered gear from rare drops, and completely shock arrogant elites with unconventional trap-heavy tactics is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the combat and the satisfying chiming ding of a massive level up to life, making every milestone feel like a hard-earned victory. But beyond the stats and the slaughter, the soul of Nation Down lies in its characters and the heavy burden of memory. The protagonist isn't just a cold, calculating gamer. They are a deeply human individual struggling to maintain their humanity in a system that views them as data. They quickly form bonds with a beautifully dysfunctional found family of fellow survivors who help them navigate the treacherous waters of the new social order. The banter is razor-sharp, providing much-needed levity as their squad watches them casually calculate the damage output of a coordinated strike. Their unbreakable trust provides the emotional grounding needed when the world starts throwing literal world-ending threats their way. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A major conspiracy or a rival faction's assault forces the protagonist to push their abilities to their absolute limits. The finale is a spectacular display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming magical firepower, and raw, unbridled ingenuity. The protagonist doesn't just survive the assault, they completely shatter the local power scaling, using a ridiculous, highly technical combination of skills and crafting to turn the enemy's ultimate attack into a mere stepping stone. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive, dopamine-fueled victory that proves the most dangerous class in the system isn't the one with the biggest sword, it's the one who understands the rules better than anyone else. Isolation is a triumph of the LitRPG and fantasy genres. It is smart, action-packed, and unapologetically addictive. Devon C. Ford has crafted a sequel that perfectly captures the thrill of breaking the apocalypse with a stat sheet and a strategy guide. Plug in your headphones, check your stats, and join the climber. The system is live, but his future is bright.